Which one of these four pictures best represents the graph of this function, y equals negative x squared plus 1? We have picture A, B, C, or D. Okay? So in other words, we want to graph this function here. We want to graph this. Okay, before we graph this one, let's graph this one. Everybody knows what y equals x squared looks like. You should by now. This is a parabola headed upward. Notice when x is 0, 0 squared is 0. So when x is 0, y is 0. So the origin's right here. Okay, now if you add 1 to the x squared, when x is 0, 0 squared is 0, plus 1 equals 1. So when x is 0, y is 1. So it was down here. When you add 1 to it, it scoots it up 1. Okay? So it was here, now it's here. Alright? And the difference is you have a plus 0 here and you have a plus 1 here. So if you change this to plus 2, where would it go? Up another floor, huh? Up another step. Okay, same thing, 3. Okay. Now how about go back to the origin, but instead of plus 1, what if we go minus 1? Well, then it scoots down 1, doesn't it? Okay. And negative 2 scoots down 2. Negative 3 scoots down 3. Go back to the origin. And this time, instead of letting y be a positive number, let's do the opposite of that. Instead of y being a plus number, let's let it be a minus number. So y heads downward now, because all the number everywhere down here, y is negative, isn't it? Still going through the origin because it's plus 0, but we're headed downward now. So when it's a plus x squared, we're headed upward. When it's a minus x squared, we're headed downward. Then if we go down a floor, there's your 0 minus 1. See your minus 1 there? Puts it down 1. You had a plus 0 here, so it was 0, 0. Now with a minus 1, you're down at 1. With a minus 2, where will you be? Huh? Okay. Okay, now let's look at this. We're going to go, it's going to head downward, but you're going to be through what? Through the plus 1 right here. Okay? So if this is what we want to graph, we're headed downward, and we're going to go through 0, 1. Which one of these four does that? B.